Hello there and welcome to National Apprenticeship Week. We have an employer with us today who works very closely with the college and supports us across a different range of apprenticeships. So I'll let him introduce himself.
I'm Mick Shevlin, trainer manager at Cleveland Bridge, responsible for all the apprenticeships at Cleveland Bridge. I've worked for Cleveland Bridge for 5 years, but the company itself's got a long history, well over 100 years. As well known, particularly in the Darlington area.
Okay, so from that, what's currently going on in your sector that Cleveland Bridge working? It's a very hands-on sector. Is it still up and running? Is it, or things?
Everything's been going in terms of production and fabrication's been going pretty much as normal. In fact, we've got more or less unprecedented volumes of work going through the factory in the midst of a pandemic, which is causes a few challenges, but it's good news because the factory's kept very busy throughout. So we're extremely busy and still supplying projects, bridges and infrastructure projects throughout the UK mainly. Mostly stuff we were doing abroad's dried up due to the pandemic, but internally all the construction sites are still working in the UK, and so we still need to supply them.
Excellent stuff. So as this is National Apprenticeship Week, could you just let us know how many apprentices there currently are within Cleveland Bridge?
Well, we've got a large number of apprentices. I mean, we've actually got 25 in total. But that includes 19 who are already existing employees who are doing developmental apprenticeships. We've also got the remainder, should I say, are made up of, there's 5 craft apprentices that we've got. There's 4 fabricators, metal fabricators, and 1 maintenance technician. And we've now got 2 degree apprentices who are doing civil engineering. So quite a few, and in fact we've had a few in the last 12 months who have actually finished their apprenticeship and completed. So we've had also 3 apprentices that were working in the commercial side: HR, IT, technician, and business administration. So we've got a wide range and quite a number.
Yeah, it definitely seems so. But when you recruit or you're looking for apprentices to bring into the business, what kind of skills do you look for, or what do you want to see from an apprentice when you first they come in or want to be apprentice, and what's your recruitment process like around that as well?
Okay, so firstly we look for people who are keen, enthusiastic, who we think would fit into the team. We'd maybe look to see if anyone has got or who's got some experience of working with other people, because it's important to us that people work as a team, and it's going to be important in your job role. So we look for that. We look for, if we can, somebody who's done some fabrication or welding in some form of qualification. So we generally don't take people direct from school. We'd normally look for people who've done a fabrication and welding course at college that would allow us to ask the more technical questions at interview to see how we felt they would fit with the apprenticeships that we're offering. That's around the craft apprentices. So that's kind of what we'd look for first and foremost. And our process is normally we'll invite CVs. We go through the CVs with one of the operational managers. We'll generally get quite a large list of people, and what we'd normally do is bring them into the factory and show them around. It's really important to us that people understand what environment they're going to work in and whether that's actually suitable. We're a heavy engineering company, so it's quite a large factory, and we want to be sure people are comfortable working in that, so we bring them around. After that, what we've found in the past, some people will drop out after they've been round. Some people will be enthused by it. So after that, we'll do a short list, and normally it's 2 interviews. So we do a first interview again, myself and generally an ops manager, and then a second interview with a short list where we're getting down to making some quite tight decisions at that point. So that's essentially the process as it stands.
Thanks for that. So I've applied for an apprenticeship with yourselves. I've been then lucky enough to be selected, and you've offered me the apprenticeship. So at that point there, from day one to the end of the apprenticeship, what does that training look like for me?
Okay, so we'd have a full induction program for you. You'd be assigned a shop floor mentor who would work with you, and you'd have a structured training plan that took you around different parts of the factory. We have a number of different bays within the factory that do slightly different types of work. So we make sure you rotate around those areas very regularly, so that you get a full experience of working in each area for a reasonable amount of time. So that's kind of how we'd work it. We'd also, there's other departments outside of the factory that you'd spend some time in the templates area. Maybe have a quick look in the drawing office and just see it. Try to get a much broader insight into all of the different areas that support the factory, so that you've got a full picture. There's always opportunities here as well for further development. You know this, Gary, but the four of the fabricators who are apprentices at the moment are all doing an HNC at the moment. So we're happy to try and support people's learning where we can and budget permitting. But also we've got plans in place to do, for the same four lads, to do the CWIP qualification for inspection, which isn't directly part of their role as a fabricator, but it's something that we as a business want them to do.
Thanks for that,
there's
Mick.
things
Really
like that as well.
Yeah. Just as final thing, as you mentioned there, you do have the opportunity to go across different departments within the organisation as well, and also progress through levels of apprenticeships if it allows. So you could work your way up to maybe a degree apprenticeship.
It's possible. It would depend on it. It's all ifs and buts, really. There's nothing to say that we won't do that. It would depend what qualifications you had, what we were looking for, and it would have to be attached to a role. So, for instance, to give you, this isn't an example direct from the shop floor, but the two lads I mentioned who were doing civil engineering apprentice degrees came here as apprentice draftsmen, or drafting apprentices, whatever it's called now. So they've done that work for a number of years, and then we're looking for some more technical roles in the commercial area. So we've actually that's where they came from. So they're working as civil apprentice civil engineers now.
Excellent. Well, that's it from me, Mick. I just want to really thank you for your time. Thank you for continuing to support the college. It's really appreciated. Thanks a lot.